Thank you. Let's go. Let's start our program.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans. I thank you so much for joining me wherever you are joining from. If you're joining from Biafra land, you're joining from Asia, you're joining from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from any part of Africa, I say may Chukwukika Biama continue to guide and protect you. As many as are joining on this channel, please kindly give a like to the video. Give a like to the broadcast, like the broadcast and share on your own platform so that we can have other people to get their notification. It is very difficult for us here to expand and have notification because YouTube is not sending notification to our subscribers. So what are we going to do? We can't stop. We'll continue to preach the message. So all we got to do is to support each other and do what we have to do. You have to help and share the video. Click like and share the video. That will help to notify people. Today, we are back here again. As you always know, when I come online to speak, I have always said it, I don't come online to preach hate speech. I don't come online to attack people. I don't come online to talk about people. I come online to speak about the situation of Biafran people. I talk about our freedom, the freedom of Biafran people mainly, and the freedom of every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. The freedom of everyone, that is what I speak about, and that we continue to do so until Biafra comes. I don't come here to preach hate speech, neither do I come to promote anybody. The only person I'm following, and I'm following very, very close, is Mazen Nandekano, our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano. I follow him, and also follow our brother Simon Ekpa, because he is also an ardent, a hardcore follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is why I follow him. So, as I'm broadcasting today, I'm going to talk about mental toughness. That is what I want to do. When you look at the topic I put there, it's about mental toughness. The time has come when Biafrans have to apply mental toughness in everything we are doing, because the days are evil. If anybody tells you that things are easy or things are going to get a little better, it's not going to get better until it gets very tough. And we are going into the toughest part of the struggle. We need that mental toughness. We need mental toughness now more than ever because of the situation we are in. If we are to be on a normal ground, on an ordinary period, it's a different thing. But this time we have a double challenge. The challenge we are having is a double challenge. And that is why it requires a very strong mental toughness for us to overcome. You have to be mentally tough for you to be able to overcome the challenge that we are facing today. And if anybody tells you that the challenge is going out today or tomorrow, it's not going out anytime soon. So you need to apply mental toughness. It is only through that mental toughness that they can be able to survive. The enemy that we are up against, they have all the instruments at their disposal. The enemy that we are up against, they have every instrument at their disposal. Talk about the money, they have the money. Talk about the connection, they have the connection. Talk about the support, they have the support from the international community. We are only having Chukwu Okike Abiama and our land. That's all we have. We have our land and we have Chukwu Okike Abiama. So it is not it's not an easy task. This is a very tough task that every single one of us have to stand up and focus and fight. And the fight is not just for Biafrans. If you are watching me and you are from Oduduwa land, you're watching me, you are from Middle Belt, you're watching me from any place, you are an indigenous person in the country of Nigeria, this is time for you to apply your mental toughness. This is time for us to be free. It is either now or never. It is either now or never. This is time for us to be free. The best time for us to be free. Do not allow them to push you from pillar to pole. Do not allow them to distract you. Mental toughness is required now more than ever. You have to train yourself to know how to be tough. You don't listen to everything you hear. You don't pay attention to every gossip. You don't pay attention to every word you hear. You have to remain focused. Remain focused on the message that you have received from our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. Each time you come online to watch any platform, each time you come to watch any video, first of all, think about the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what he told us. The Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, have laid a foundation which we are supposed to build on. Each time I talk about the foundation. And when I'm talking about the foundation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, some of you will be getting it wrong. You'll be thinking about like people who are talking about structure. I don't want to use that word structure because the word structure have been abused. When you're talking about structure, they have abused it and they have used it wrongly. So I use foundation. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu laid a strong foundation, and that foundation he's laid is foundation of truth and consistency. You have to be truthful in everything you're doing, and you have to be consistent in your word and your request. That is where the mental toughness have to come in. You must have to continue to make that your request. It is either Biafra or nothing. Biafra is our request. Biafra is our demand. We are not seeking for anything in that zoological republic. We are not seeking for anything from them. We're not looking for any help. We're not looking for any support from them. All we want is self-determination through referendum. That is what we want and nothing else. No matter the propaganda they will bring, no matter the blackmail they bring, you have seen them already releasing different kinds of propaganda, different kinds of blackmail from all angles, from all corners. But from every indication, you know that it's not going to work. It is not going to fly. It is not going to fly because Nigeria was not meant to survive, and Nigeria is not one. It's not one nation. Nigeria is not one. Is a country that is very diverse, and the kind of diversity you have in Nigeria is not a diversity that is going to make people survive. It's a diversity of destruction. Extreme diversity of destruction. This is a diversity that will make sure that people do not have progress, that will keep people down. that will make sure that the insecurity remains, that will make sure that disagreement and argument and hatred remains. That is the kind of diversity we have. That is why you must not accept anything apart from your referendum. Don't allow anybody to confuse you. Don't allow anybody to cajole you. Today, you go online today, you see already many people have fallen. Those who are not mentally tough, they have fallen. The majority of the people, many of them were people who were shouting, kind of free kind of free. Some of them were preaching, sit at home on Monday with us. But today, they are no longer talking about the sit at home for the freedom of Mazen Nanikan and the freedom of all Biafrans that are held in captivity. They are not talking about it anymore. That same Mazen Nanikan, whom they have used his name to build their platform to draw followers, today, that same man is still on the same situation. Nothing has changed. And all of a sudden, you are changing your own topic. You are changing your topic. You are now trying to pursue the trending issue. They have brought another trending topic for you. The trending topic for you now is PVC and your election. Peter Obi. The trending topic now is Peter Obi and PVC. All of a sudden, some of you that are heartless, some people who claim to be Biafrans that are heartless, they have forgotten a man that has put his life on the line for you. A man that has sacrificed everything sacrificable, gave his own parents because of you. And today, all of a sudden, you are carrying the gospel of a different man, a different Messiah, a fake Messiah, looking onto a place that you know that there is no light, there is no way. You are pretending as if you are not knowing what is happening. You pretend as if you don't know that everything you are seeing is a scam. And all of a sudden, you have become a distraction to the freedom of Mazen Nandekano. You have become a distraction to the freedom of Biafran people. But Biafran people, I believe, they will never be distracted. We still have good number of Biafrans who are standing with Mazen Nandekano. Good number of Biafrans are still standing with Mazen Nandekano, still shouting on their voices, demanding for his unconditional release. If anybody is talking about election, we are not part of it. We can't be part of it. Your PVC, we are not part of it. We can't be part of it. Only one request is what we want. We are making only one request. Self-determination through referendum. Conduct a referendum and let us go home. Conduct a referendum. First of all, conduct a referendum. If at the end of the referendum, people decide that they still want to be in the zoological republic, so be it. We remain there. But as long as you are not willing to conduct that referendum, you got to look for something else to do. Your blackmail cannot hold us. If you like, go and bring the most respected person in Biafra land and place him for your election. We are not going to support it. We will never, ever support it because we know what we want. And we know where our hope lies. We know where our freedom lies. Every genuine Biafran, every genuine indigenous person in that country called Nigeria knows very well that election can never, ever solve the problem of that country called Nigeria. It will never solve it. Continue to pretend. Continue to pretend. When we say it, people say, we are troublemakers. We are just saying it. When we say, people say we're making noise. When we say it, people say we don't know what to say. But whatever I'm saying today have been said in the past. Every single word I'm saying, it have been said, even from people who claim they want Nigerianists. So many of them are not alive today to confess. So many of them are not alive today to witness what is happening. But some people in that country called Nigeria have spoken with their own mouth that Nigeria can never be okay. It doesn't matter who you put. It doesn't matter who you put in place. It doesn't matter who you position. Somebody have said it. Even in the National Assembly have said it. I always play that video, and I'm going to play it again for you to hear. For those of you who are hoping that somehow that your Peter Obi is going to change your thing, you are a dreamer. I will continue to play that video to remind you what a senator said in the heart of Senate. Listen, watch, and see for yourself.
When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace. And it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system. And
you heard him. You heard that man speak. Go and tell P2B to watch that video. Those of you who are campaigning for P2B, who are talking about the election, how they are going to rule Nigeria. Did you hear that man? That man you see is speaking in Zoological Republic, in their Senate. That man is making that statement in their own Senate. And after seeing all these things, somebody will come and tell me to stop talking about freedom. Somebody will come and tell me to stop demanding for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the coming of Biafra. And you tell me to begin to talk about election, begin to support P2B. You begin to bring a blackmail. P2B is your brother, is your fellow Igbo. You don't want to support Igbo. Igbo don't support themselves. Go to hell and burn to ashes. Igbos support themselves. Biafrans support themselves when you are reasonable. But when you are unreasonable, we are not going to support evil. We won't support evil. The diversity in the contraption called Nigeria is a diversity that have been planned and made, that there is nothing you can do to make that contraption survive. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter the kind of grammar you speak. It doesn't matter the kind of language you present. It doesn't matter the way you try to blackmail your fellow Biafrans. It doesn't matter how you try to please the caliphate. There is nothing you can do to change the status quo. That contraption called Nigeria can never ever work. You have heard it from a senator. Why I play some of these old videos is to remind you where we are coming from. As P2B is trying to distract you, as they are trying to distract you with P2B, I try to play all these videos to remind you where we are coming from, so that you can come back to your senses and know the right thing to do. That is why I play these videos. When somebody is telling you that P2B is going there to change something, he cannot change anything. You cannot build something on nothing. The foundation is faulty. The diversity in the contraption called Nigeria is a destructive one. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, I will play another video to confirm to you that whatever I'm saying, I'm not just the one saying it. There are people who have said the same thing we are saying in their own national television, but because we are the ones saying it, they don't believe it. Because the difference between us and those people is that we say it and we stand by our words. That is different between us and those people who are the one Nigerianists. The one Nigerianists know the truth, but they can never pursue the truth. You saw that senator that spoke. That same senator that you see that speaking, that tell you that Nigeria can never have peace, can never know peace with the constitution. He is still today supporting election. He is still today voting. He is still today supporting a candidate. After making that statement, That is the difference between we and them. We know the truth and we follow it. We don't only say it, we pursue it. That is our own system. And that is why we don't talk about election. I must not speak about election. I talk about the freedom of Biafran people, the release of Mazen Nandekam. That is different between we and this one Nigerianist. You see, a senator just spoke now in the House of Assembly that Nigeria can never ever know peace, cannot know unity, cannot know progress, as long as they continue to use their constitution. And he said it that they do not want to change that constitution. But when I say it here, either they call it hate speech or they say I don't know what I'm saying. But a senator is saying the same thing in the House of Senate. The difference between us and them, the difference between Mazen Nandekano and these people is that they know the truth, but they don't want to pursue the truth. They know the truth, but they continue to hide it. But those of us who are the agitators, we know the truth and we speak the truth and stand by the truth. And only the truth can set us free. That is the difference. We say our word and we stand by it. Everything we say is the truth. We don't want to be distracted. When you see them playing their drama, playing all their drama of the election, they themselves know that the election is not workable in that country of Nigeria. The diversity in Nigeria, the only solution is disintegration of this very evil enclave. The disintegration of this very zoological republic, that is the only solution, so that every indigenous tribe will be free. When we say it, they say we are not what we say. Now, listen to somebody else saying it in their national television.
No. When you take the history of Nigeria, from the very beginning, when we were amalgamated, to the very beginning we became a nation, we got it altogether wrong. You bring in people of different culture, different beliefs, different socialization, different milieu, different outlooks, mash them together by force to form a nation. Only the initial builders of Nigeria had a clear vision and a mission, devoid of any sentiment. Soon thereafter, it became clear that it was a wrong union. It was a union that was not properly negotiated. We could have remained a great country if we had isolated our own identities, peculiarities, culture, while contributing to build a nation just like America. But
you heard him speaking. When we say it will seem as if we don't know what they say. This is somebody talking in their own national television, telling them that the kind of diversity you have in Nigeria is a destructive one. Nigeria will never work. And these people, the funny thing is that after saying all these points, giving all these points, they have no solution. They will still go back and begin to preach one Nigeria. But the difference is that Mazen Nandekano saw the answer to the question. He gave us the answer to the question. Self-determination. He preached it for more than a decade. We bought into it and we follow it and we are pursuing it. And we are not going back. It doesn't matter how they try to preach it. It doesn't matter how they try to destroy. We cannot go back from our demand. Self-determination through referendum. Self-determination through referendum. No matter how they try to preach it, we cannot follow them. The diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. You have heard it. When we are preaching and saying this, they will say we are making noise. We don't know what you are saying. We are troublemakers. But it is very clear that the kind of diversity you have in Nigeria is a destructive one. A destructive one that will make sure that there will be no progress, no success, no unity, and no love. And yet, after knowing all these things, you are still forcing yourself to be part of that one Nigeria. They will blackmail you to go and vote. They blackmail you for election. They use it to legitimize that same evil that is planned against you. You will go and legitimize it. A system that is put in place to enslave you. Every 4 years, they will call you to go and legitimize that system. You will go and put your signature and sign up that I want to be a slave. Each time you go for that, your PVC, you go to filling booth, you vote. What you are telling them that I want to remain a slave. I want to remain poor. I do not want to have a light. I do not want to have a security. That is what it means. Each time you go to the polling booth. And today, they brought a fake Messiah. A fake Messiah. On which constitution is the Opitobi going to rule you? On the same 1999 constitution that man have just told you that it will not bring peace. A senator have just played that video I played, have just said that it cannot give you peace. And yet, P2B P2B is going there to deceive himself. Even when they know that he's not going to win, it is obvious that he's not going to win. There is every evidence everywhere that he's not going to win. The kind of diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. Some of you must have seen the video that was trending. There was one video I saw that was trending. You saw one of the human rights lawyer who went to the Supreme Court wearing his traditional attire. Why did he do so? The Supreme Court just passed a law in Lagos State that the public school should allow people to wear hijab, dress with your religious attire and come. That people have the right to dress any way they want and come. School no longer have a uniform. That you must not obey the uniform of the school. You have to allow hijab, people to wear hijab to come. In a public school, now they no longer want to care about the school uniform. They don't care about the school uniform anymore. They want to make every other person uncomfortable because of their so-called religion. Because of their so-called religion. In a secular country, a secular state, in a secular state, that is where they are passing that law, that people must be allowed to wear their hijab, to wear their mask into the school, public school. And you saw a lawyer came out and dressed in his own native attire, his own religion, and went to court to sit. He dressed with his own native attire as a lawyer. And just imagine, how can you say, how will it be when the whole people begin to dress in their own native attire? You have people worshiping different kind of God. You have the reverend fathers, you have the reverend sisters, you have the traditional rulers, you have the people worshiping Ugu, people worshiping stone, people the people who are in all the different kinds of Mamed spirit, different kinds of occultic worship. How will it look when everybody appear on their own and come out to the public or to government offices or to public offices and begin to work? How will it look? And that was why that lawyer gave them example of how it will look and how they feel. And I would like to play the video for you again, so that many of you must have seen the video. Let us watch the video and what the lawyer has to say. And you look at his attire, his appearance, and tell me.
I am Chief Malcolm Emokinyovo Omirobo.
So where are you in Supreme Court this morning?
I'm in Supreme Court this morning, like every other lawyer, to appear as an amicus in Korea and to observe proceedings, which I just did, and I had a nice time in the court before my lords. Yes. Nothing informed it. The truth of the matter is this, I'm a traditionalist, and I've been missing all along until the Supreme Court gave the judgment on Friday that people cannot appear in their religious attires of worship in their place of school and public school for that matter. So in this circumstance, I just interpreted everything and said, yes, they have done the right thing by giving us, helping us, guaranteeing more our rights under Section 38 of the Constitution that gives us, every Nigerian citizen, the freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. That we are free to from that decision that female students can wear hijab because it is the mood of their worship, and any attempt to stop them from wearing it amounts to a violation of their fundamental rights. And applying it, I said, okay, it's good. So I said, okay, I need to also be appearing on my religious attire of worship. So because it's good, it's good for man to be with God all the time. So this is my mood henceforth. And my children will go to school like this. I will encourage my relations, my friends, so that we can, those in the army, those in the police, those in the navy, those in doctors, lawyers, they will dress in their mood of this. I'm very grateful to the Supreme Court I'm very happy about the decision. This has been going on for some time. In the case of the provost of Kwara State Polytechnic, Kwara State College of the provost of Kwara State College of Education versus Basirat, the court was very clear that the students should wear their hijab, the female students, and they should not be stopped or prevented, because to do so will amount to a violation of their right to freedom of religion, dignity to their person, and also discrimination. Just Friday here, the Supreme Court also gave a decision like that. So you see, the foundation for this is well spelled out. There are other cases. You have Abdul Karim versus Lagos State, where the court held similar decision. So if that can be done to female students to wear hijab, you can apply it to every other religion. Because to stop me from dressing like this will amount to a violation of my right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, and also it will be a violation of. It will be discriminatory, and therefore unconstitutional. And that's why I felt confident of coming to the Supreme Court, and I came. I went there and I sat before my lords, and they were pleased with my appearance until they have to reconstitute. So that's just it. There's no big issue about it. It's all about freedom of worship. How are you?
I hope you enjoyed it. You see, this is the zoological republic we are talking about. You see the human rights lawyer. He is right, of course. Since you say that people are free to wear anything they like, wear anything that represents their religion to a public school in a secular state, since everybody is permitted to wear what they like and appear in the public, so everybody should begin to appear in their own tradition, their own worship too. It is not only the Muslims that have the hijab. It is not only that have mode of dressing. Even the Christians have their own mode of dressing. We have our own mode of dressing. This man now have won his own Shango time of dressing. When you go to Igbo land, there are so many native doctors, so many traditionalists that will wear their own. Some will tie wrapper and come. Some will tie rope in their waist and come. You see him, he wear bead, wear everything, make it noise. That is what you see in the Zoological Republic. The Supreme Court gave such a judgment in favor of these people. And this is not the first time, it's not the second time. In a public school, in a secular state, you are trying to tell me that allow them people to wear anything they like. Now, this man have not sampled them and tell them, since you say everybody wear this, so me as a lawyer, he said from this time onwards, he's going to be appearing in this way. And his own children will dress the same way he dressed to go to school. So let's see how the whole place will look. We are dealing with animals. The Zoological Republic is not a place to be. The diversity is so much that we do not meet. There is no common ground to meet. There is no common ground for the south and the northern part of Nigeria to meet. They call us to meet. There's no common ground. And that is why we are asking them, let them go their separate ways and build their caliphate, This is not a crime to have an Islamic nation. It is not a crime. It becomes a crime when you are forcing people to join you. That is where it becomes a crime. It becomes a crime when you force people. But for you to have your Islamic nation, it is not a crime. You already have it in the corner. Already you are practicing your Sharia. Why don't you now take your country, demarcate your border and protect your area and allow those of us in the south, mainly in the Biafran land, that we want to have a secular nation, allow us to practice our secular nation. Allow us to have peace so that we can be able to protect our borders. And these people will never agree. You see why we are asking for disintegration of the contraction called Nigeria. The Zoological Republic will never ever make any law that is going to favor the indigenous people. The pursuit is always colonization through the Islamization. That is their pursuit. And they are not looking back. Every agenda you see them present, any law you see them they promulgate, it is just to promote their evil agenda, to Islamize Nigeria and to colonize it. That has been their pursuit. And they are not looking back. And today they are using P2B to distract us. They use P2B as a drama to distract us, and they think we will never be distracted. Let him continue to make all his noise. He himself knows that he can never ever win that very position. He knows. He knows. He knows that he is being used as a distraction. Instead of him to walk away. If you want to be a president, I have said this several times, you want to be a president, go wait and contest in Biafra land. Wait and contest in Biafra land. We don't hate you as a person, but we hate you being used. As long as you are working for the caliphate, anybody that is standing for any position for the Zoological Republic, you are representing them in anything, you are working anything, you are pursuing any career in that name, Zoological Republic, you are an enemy. You are an enemy of your people. Until you withdraw and pursue the same cause your people. If you claim to be the representative of the people, 99% of Biafran people today, what they want is referendum. Go and ask for referendum. If you genuinely want to stand for your people, you claim to be the representative of the people, go and ask for referendum. That is what to do. As long as you're not ready to ask for referendum, you are an enemy. And we will come down on you very hard. We will decimate you, come down on you very hard. We will expose you to the last until you change. If you change and repent and come back home, we will leave you alone. But as long as you continue to preach that your evil message, continue to push lie that you know cannot fly, you know you will never be here. There's no way. Where are you coming from? And I want to play a video for you to show you what people who the people that are mad, the people who claim to own Nigeria, what they are saying about P2B, whether he is going to make it or not. From every indication, he is not going to make it. I want you to listen to this video. Hear what this man has to say.
Certain times you don't say your mind.
What's your thoughts on the candidacy of Peter Obi in the Labour Party? He was in your party
Peter Obi,
in the last
my good
election.
friend, and a former member of my former governors forum, and a very excellent person, very, very excellent. His candidature in terms of the presidency, I think he will make some name now. If by that time we're old enough and around 2027, 2028, I mean 2027, 2031, he may be able to make it. But 2023, too early.
Because
people, even though the young people might go for him, not everybody is, the name is not dropping in everywhere else. But I doubt if Nigerians are ready for him now as a presidential person. I would have loved him as a vice presidential candidate.
if he was in the PDP now, would he be the vice presidential candidate of Atiku Abubakar?
Well, that is, how do you put it? Not speculative, because that is something that we have already passed that bridge. But believe me, many of us were rooting for him.
Did you hear him? That man said that P2B should wait for 2031. He said that P2B, if P2B want to be a president, it should be 2031, not 2023. That he should wait for 2031. That by 2031, he will now be strong. He will now have that very backup to be able to be president. 2031. That is the person they are using to distract you. You see, he had the man saying it, that P2B can only be president in 2031, but as for 2023, that there is no way. But they will see, you see them going to online, they confuse themselves. They say, which youth are backing you up? Which youth? Which youth? Is it the youth that are still lining up? They are still lining up to go and get their PVC, a PVC that they will never get. It will never be given to them. Is that what is deceiving you? Even after getting that PVC, you see them, so many of them are still going to go and vote for Atiku and Tinubu. Wait until when the campaign starts, you begin to see the miracle. When the campaign starts, you begin to see their magic. The only solution to our problem is what? Self-determination. And Mazen Nandekano made his speech. Mazen Nandekano have said the time without number that what he's asking for is self-determination, and his self-determination is asking for, it is not through war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was questioned. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was interviewed in the Zoological Republic, he said it in the public. He said it when he was interviewed. Let me see if I can see the video. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that what he's looking for is self-determination to set his people free. He is not asking for anything, only for self-determination. And he's going to get it not through war, not through war. He's going to get it peacefully through referendum. Through referendum. That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. And that he's going to pursue it through referendum. And that is what he has been doing. From onset till now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been pursuing it through referendum. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never called for war at any time. He has never. With all the attack they are bringing against us, with all their blackmail, everything they are bringing against us, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never called for war. All he's asking for is referendum. Referendum. So that we can be able to be free. He went to the extent of saying that conduct a referendum. If at the end of the referendum and the Biafra people choose that they're going to still be, they are still going to be there. Let them be there. Let them be there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only person we can be able to trust. No matter the kind of propaganda you bring, no matter the person they present, go and bring any Messiah. We don't have any Messiah except Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today you see them playing all manner of game. They want to relegate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the background. They are trying to, even members of IPOB, even people who claim to be agitators, some of them today are putting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under the background. So many people that have used the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, use Biafra to build their platform. Today they are talking about election. They have all of a sudden forgotten about their freedom, including pastors and reverends, who has been using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to draw followers. Today, every one of them is preaching a different message. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter the propaganda you bring. It doesn't matter the attack you bring. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will remain the most relevant man in Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will remain the only legitimate leader in Biafra land. Go ahead. Continue to deceive yourself.
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nandi go only do I walk. O Mary Wone Nizu Giroya Abakare. Mamanda Ora, Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi.
Let them continue. No matter what they do, no matter the strategy they bring, they can never defeat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain the only man that we can follow, the only man we listen to. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told them, you serve the caliphate, after serving them, you are going to return back in shame. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it on his broadcast, people laugh about it. People think it's a joke. Go and check from record. Every single one of them that are serving the caliphate today, where are they? They are in shame. And as Biafra is coming, as the coming actualization of Biafra is coming with speed, as Biafra is coming with speed, more of them is being disgraced. More of them is being disgraced. Everybody that is standing in the way of Biafra, any man or woman standing in the way of Biafra, that Biafra will not come, they will all be taken out. They will all be taken out. Anybody that is standing on the way of Biafra, that is hindering the coming of Biafra, that person will definitely be taken out. Mazen Nanakano told them, serve the caliphate, you return back home either dead or disgraced. Go and check all of them. Check all of them. Obiano, after serving the caliphate, Obiano, even putting member of Mieti Allah into his cabinet, that same day he came down, that same day they arrested him. Today he can't move anywhere. They seize the passport. Today he doesn't even amount to a conductor today. Nobody knows about him. Nobody knows about him anymore. They have trampled him. He has become like an ordinary person. Go and check. Go and see the other idiot. Ojus Okaro. Ojus Okaro have been rendered useless. Go and see what he's saying. He is the one now propagating the Islamization of Nigeria. The Islamization of Nigeria. It is Ojus Okaro now that is the one pushing it. Ojus Okaro is the one now pushing for Muslim tickets. That it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything for him. That it doesn't matter. Anybody can be a president. He can give it to anybody. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter. That is what Ojus Okaro is preaching. After they send him to prison, today they reset his brain. He doesn't have any word again. Look at Okorocha. Okorocha have now been reduced to nothing. Okorocha has been reduced to trash. He is nobody anymore. He can't cough. Is it Dave Umahi? Dave Umahi have gotten his own chunk of disgrace. After getting his own chunk of disgrace, he came and began to blame his own people of sabotage. Meanwhile, he is the one that has been sabotaging Biafra people. Even as we are speaking, he is sabotaging. Bunch of clowns. And finally, today, you see what is happening to Ekweremadu. You see what is happening to Ekweremadu. You see what? Serve the caliphate, you come back in shame. You come back in shame. We are not supporting anything that has to do with evil, any criminality. Any criminal, human trafficking or selling organ, we don't support that. But this very thing that the Ekweremadu did, so many of them have been doing it. The Fulani people have been doing it for a very long time. Britain could not bring it to light. But for the fact that he is an Igbo man and he committed that crime, the whole world is going to hear it. They are going to hype it. This is one reality that is facing you and I. This is one reality that is facing the Biafran people, mainly the Igbo Biafrans. When you commit a crime, if you commit any, that is why you must not even commit any crime. You must not join these people in their voting, committing any crime. Because at the end of the day, that your own crime is the one they are going to send to the whole world. The whole world will see it. The whole world will see your own. They will do their own and they will cover it. But when you do your own, they will hype it. Look at how Ekweremadu is being rubbished. When he was being warned for a very long time, he continued to enslave his people. He continued to remain relevant because of the caliphate. When you talk about Biafra, he's not going to talk about Biafra. He's a Nigerian, a hardcore one Nigerian. He has been in the Senate for donkey years. For donkey years. Today, you see his end. You see how Chukwu Okabiama ended his own. The people that say that Biafra will never come. Look at how Chukwu Okabiama is ending him. Look at it. For those who have not heard the news, most of you have seen the news. But let us hear directly from the Zoological Republic media what they are saying.
A former Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu, and his wife Beatrice have been remanded in police custody in the UK after being charged with conspiracy to arrange or facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting. A couple was arrested 2 days ago and arraigned today at the Oxbridge Magistrates Court, which has adjourned the case until July 7th, 2022. The UK media has been awash with backstories about the intent of Senator Ekweremadu, who was said to have plotted to traffic 15-year-old boy to the UK and harvest his organs to give their daughter, who has kidney failure, before being arrested at the Heathrow with £20,000 in cash. The child is now set to be under the care of safeguarding authorities in the United Kingdom. According to the Metropolitan Police, an investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offences under modern slavery legislation in May 2022. Our London correspondent, Juliana Lainka, has more.
Well, as the day has progressed, more details have emerged from the first court appearance of the former Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu alongside his wife Beatrice. They did appear at Uxbridge Magistrates Court earlier today, charged with conspiracy to arrange or facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation. Pretty serious charges, and quite shocking because, of course, we know that Mr. Ekweremadu was once one of the most senior Nigerian politicians. This could potentially become a big diplomatic row. We know that Prime Minister Boris Johnson will soon be in Africa at Kigali because, of course, heads of state are meeting at Chogum, a time when the Commonwealth was supposed to be celebrating Africa. And now that we have one of the most senior politicians in the country charged with pretty serious human trafficking and organ harvesting charges, something that is very rarely heard of in the United Kingdom, but something that both the European Union and the United Nations have flagged as a serious case to follow because of the migrant crisis, lots of refugees who are fleeing are sometimes victims of this. I know there has been lots of social media speculation as to how this incident may have come about, but of course I am reporting from the UK, so I think it's important to respect child privacy laws. But again, from this trial this afternoon, we have now been informed that Mr. Ekweremadu was travelling from Heathrow to Turkey, where I believe he had £20,000 on his person.
Meanwhile, neither the lawmaker nor his aides have commented on the development, but a source familiar with the issue told Channels Television, on condition of anonymity, that Senator Ekweremadu's child has been suffering from a kidney disease and needed a transplant. The source says a donor was gotten and sent to the UK for investigation with the aim of providing a kidney. However, the investigation showed the kidney did not match that of Senator Ekweremadu's child. Subsequently, the donor was scheduled to return to Nigeria. According to the source, the donor refused to return to the country and instead reported to the UK police to seek asylum.
You can hear. When you hear the true story of what transpired. But today, what you're going to be hearing is about organ transplanting. That is the one they are hyping because he's a Biafran. But he took this child legitimately to UK. Only after testing, when they tested the child to make the transfer, they saw that the kidney did not match that of the daughter of Ekweremadu. The kidney did not match. When the kidney did not match, they have to bring the boy back to Nigeria. The boy said he's not going back to the Zoological Republic, that he wants to remain in the UK. Instead of him to come back, he went and reported and began to blow the horn. You see what is happening? But they are going to hype it. They are going to blow it as a trumpet. As long as Ekweremadu is wearing this cap and wearing, he's an Igbo person. As long as he's an Igbo Biafran, they will hype it. Even Britain will use it to hype it to begin to destroy the image of the Biafran people. Somebody like Ekweremadu. I am not supporting Ekweremadu in anything. I can't support Ekweremadu. I can never pity him or whatever. He has to face the music. He has to face the music. But they are still using him to destroy our struggle. But Chukwu Okike Abiama is greater than him. Every single one of them that don't want to Biafra to come, they are going to pay. We have paid enough with our blood. Biafran people have paid enough with their blood. It is time for them themselves to begin to pay. Every one of them that have said over their dead body, will Biafra come? Even when they go, Ekweremadu is representing the Biafran people in the Senate, and he knows that 99% of Biafran people are looking for referendum. He never spoke about referendum. Ekweremadu has never supported referendum. Referendum is not a crime. It's a legitimate request. A request you can make in the House of Assembly. The request, in fact, referendum is the most legitimate way to settle political issues. Why is Ekweremadu not asking for a referendum in the Senate? If Ekweremadu have been asking for how many, almost 20-something years that he has been in the Senate, if he has been asking for a referendum by now, we would have gotten a referendum, and we will have a hospital in Biafra that we have people in Biafra who will volunteer to donate kidney for his daughter. We have volunteers. You have people who volunteer and donate. We will have a hospital where people will go and donate, and your daughter will have whatever she wants to survive. But no, No, you want to support your crown. You are supporting evil. You're supporting evil, not knowing that even the people you are doing that evil with, when your own capture with you, it is your own that they're going to blow. They will blow it up. This thing you saw today, so many of them are doing it. Many of them, many politicians, all those rich men, mainly the Northerners, they are doing it. But if you are being the North, they are not going to say it out. But as long as it's something that has to do with a Biafran person, they will blow it as a horn. Go and check the way they are reporting it. They don't even report it as if the child had a consent, had the consent of Ekweremadu before they took him to London. The way the media were reporting, when you listen to what this media was doing, in the starting of the point, he only was telling you about the organ trafficking. In the starting of the report, you see them talking about organ trafficking. But at the end of it, he began to talk about the reality of the whole thing. That Ekweremadu took this child over there for this very mission. On agreement, on reaching there, after the test, the kidney of the child could not be able to match that of the daughter of Ekweremadu. And the child was to be returned back to Nigeria. And the boy refused to return because Nigeria is hell. Who will return? Who will you take to London? After taking him to London, you bring him back. And because of the wickedness of Ekweremadu, what will it take you to allow that child who has volunteered to follow you today to go and donate and this is the work? It's not his fault. Allow him to remain in the UK. You want to bring him back to Nigeria by all means possible. And now the child have found his own level of being in UK, at least to save his life from the Zoological Republic. He derived his own way to save his life. Are you going to blame him? I wouldn't blame the child. He has to save his own. Nobody will leave the shore of that Zoological Republic and want to come back. Who in his ancestors will leave the shore of the Zoological? Do you think that child went to make that donation on his with good heart? It's because of hardship. It's circumstances that made him to go and donate that, and on reaching there, you want to bring him back to the Zoological Republic. And you have seen the result. It backfired. It backfired. So you have to face the music. Face it. Serve the janjaweed and you return with shame. Stand against Biafra and you'll be disgraced. Today, he has taken his own cup. He has taken his own cup. As he is standing as a barrier, he has taken his own cup. Whatever punishment they will give, let give him any punishment they will give him. When Biafra come, we will go and know how we will bring him back and put him in a normal prison. If they want to jail him, let them jail him over there. Let him remain there because he's one of those who is standing against Biafra coming. Let him remain there. When Biafra come, we will go and free him and bring him back. Anybody that is standing on the way of Biafra, you will be taken out. All these politicians, Ohaneze Ndi Banko, no single one of them is making a headway. None of them is speaking up for Biafran people. They are all pursuing their own selfish interests, preaching evil messages. Preaching evil. Mazen Nandekano, the only man that is standing for the ordinary people, not only the ordinary Nigerians, standing for every indigenous person, not only for Biafran people, not only for the Igbos, standing for every indigenous person, making sure that people have their rights. The only man. You went and kidnapped him from Kenya. You planned and kidnapped him from Kenya, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, and since then he has been under lock and key, solitary confinement. He's still suffering to today, and you don't care. You are talking about election. It doesn't disturb you. It doesn't bother you. You are busy talking about election. Chukwu Okike will make you celebrate that election in your grave. One Nigeria will definitely happen to every one of you. Every single one of you that is forgetting Mazen Nandekano, every single one of you that you're relegating Mazen Nandekano to the background, you are going to pay. I saw a video where the governor of Benue State, a governor, chief secretary of a state, was speaking. Sometimes I used to pray. I pray that how I wish the Southeast have one governor, just one that can be like a Samuel Lotto. How I wish that the Southeast can have only one governor that can be bold and speak out like Samuel Lotto. If we have such, we will not be suffering what we are suffering today. I saw a video where Samuel Lotto, Benue State governor, in his recent interview, they stopped him from going to Asarok. They don't want him to, they don't stop him, and he said he will not go. Anytime he wants to speak, he will come to the press and speak. In the recent video where he was being interviewed, he was telling his people to go and get AK-47 to defend themselves. That the Fulanis are coming with AK-47, go and get it. He said that if police catch you and arrest you, that he will come there to defend you. If you know how to get your AK-47, go and get it. This is what Mazen Nandekano went for that. Mazen Nandekano saw this evil coming. Mazen Nandekano established the ESN, equipped the ESN, and all hell break loose. Every one of them come against Mazen Nanikan. Why must you form a security outfit? Why must you do this? Today, you see them telling their citizens to go and get a state governor. Telling citizens, go and get AK-47. He didn't miss word. He said it openly to defenders. He said he cannot wait for anybody. I want to play the video for you to watch. Let me play the video so that you can be able to hear from him directly. What Chief Secretary of the State is saying.
Well. This country must be rescued by all of us. Those of you who are keeping quiet, it will soon knock on your door. The press, I commend you, but at a point you were also intimidated and you never wanted to talk about it. I don't see, just yesterday, 15 people were killed in my own local government again. After the evil in Opoku local government, where about 16 people were killed. 15 were killed in Guma. I have stopped lamenting. Now, me, I have told everybody, whatever you have as weapons, bring it out. Those people are using AK-47. Where can I get AK-47? Go and find where you will get AK-47, and if they come, kill them also. Nobody should be afraid. If any security man arrests you, I'm ready to strike, go there and defend you. Benue people, rise up, shine your eyes. It is time, and we don't need to hide anything. If we allow them, they will continue. But please, let us rise up. This is the right time. We must fight for our right. Bandits have surrendered the entire country. People can't go to church.
Besides the glaring issues of insecurity, other countries.
You have heard him. You heard Samuel Otto speaking. That's a governor, Chief Secretary of the State, telling his people to rise up and defend themselves. Go and get your own AK-47. When we say it here, they say we are preaching hate, we are causing problems, we are causing confusion. When we come online and encourage our fellow Biafrans to defend themselves, prepare yourself for what is about to come. When we say it, they target something else. They say we are causing problems, we are fermenting problems. Look at the Chief Secretary of the State asking his citizens to go and prepare themselves, telling them, pop and plain, go and get AK-47. Whenever they arrest you, I will come there to defend you. But when we come here to preach it and tell our people to wake up, protect themselves, they will say we are talking trash. They say we are causing problems. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect us. Everybody has shared this video. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect everybody that has supported this broadcast from beginning to the end. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect you. It is time for us to wake up and protect ourselves. Let us continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. Chukwu Okike Abịama will protect every one of you. Protect yourself. Defend yourself. Don't allow people to smoke your life out. Put up a fight. Don't die like a coward. Put up a fight. Even if you will die, put up a fight before you die. Defend yourself in Biafra land. Defend yourself. The ESN are there. Support the ESN the best way you can. Support the ESN. The contact on how to support them and make donation is there. ESN are volunteers. You are not paying them. They are volunteers. Everything we are giving them is just to support them and encourage them. You can't pay anybody for his or her life. These are volunteers. A volunteer force. Support them. Support them. The contact is there on how to reach out them. Support them. And protect yourself. Get something you can get. Anything you can get to protect yourself. Defend yourself. When they come, fight like a man. Defend yourself. Don't allow your life to smoke out. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect everybody that have joined this very broadcast to the end. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama will guide and protect every single one of us. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect all the Oduduwa people. Guide and protect all the Biafran people. Chukwu Okike Abịama will guide and protect our Sulina Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, Chukwu Okike Abịama will guide and protect him and continue to secure him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come, and we all will celebrate in Biafra land. We will never give up until the last minute. Even if it is one person that's remaining, that one person will fight for Biafra, and Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, I will see you again tomorrow. Please subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be able to get notification whenever I'm online. You can equally join me on my Facebook page on King David Expose, or you can join me on Chooks for Survivor channel. Chooks for Survivor on Facebook, on my page, Facebook page, Chooks for Survivor. Go there and follow, so that whenever I broadcast there, you can equally get the message. Thank you so much, and remember, see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam.